and they cannot concede at home.
The long-awaited free kick set on the ground, but it's stopped by Gspurning, who was solid in that first leg. Nothing he could do about the goal given up. They were outshot 18-3. Pushed forward by Duenas. For the attack. Polito sneaks by. Flag stays down. Polito's shot. Fingertip save for Gspurning. Seattle can't give one up like that.
Now they learned the hard way trying to play an offside trap in Mexico. Alan Polito, 22-year-old, had 4 goals in this tournament already. And Jimmy Traore just tries to pull him in an offside position. He is onside. And what a huge save by Gspurning. Goes down quickly, a slight touch with the left hand, goes wide past the left post. But again, dangerous play from the back line for Seattle.
Remember the short corner. Hernandez sent it into the box. Still a chance there, but it's right at Gspurning. Saunders back. Traore defended there. It was Polito. Then Hernandez side netting. But first, I thought the hands of Gspurning. If so, it's a corner.
Gspurning unhappy with what's going on in front of him. And again, Leo Gonzalez gets pushed up top. The initial challenge from Jimmy Traore, he clips the ball. But look at Gonzalez backtracking as Hernandez is central. And it looks like maybe a slight little touch, but Gspurning has it covered. Hits the outside of the left post.
Hernandez goes short. Played across by Acosta. A loose ball, and there's a big save by Gspurning. If the Sounders come back in this, remember that.
The ball just dropping in on corner. It's just ball. That's what Tigris did.
First half highlights. There was only 1 goal in the first half, and Tigris was the one who scored it. Here are the highlights brought to you by Geico.
On the 17th minute, the build up down the left-hand side, slotted ball in behind from Johnny Bornstein, and I think that was warning signs for the back line for Seattle. Just like on the road, they were looking for the offside trap. Then a simple ball played in behind. You've got Acosta making a dynamic run, gets under the shoulder of Yedlin, outside the right foot. Leo Gonzalez loses his mark, and sitting on the back door, Elias Hernandez, the 24-year-old. 11 caps with the Mexican national team. He gets the goal in the 23rd minute. And for Michael Gspurning, there's absolutely nothing he can do. He's hung out to dry. Then a short corner is taken. Acosta clipped in ball. And watch the reaction from Seattle. Getting caught, watching the ball at the top of the 6-yard box. For all the talk coming into this game, careful is the relationship between that man, John Kennedy Hurtado, and Jimmy Traore, the 2 center backs. Because you know that Yedlin from Tuca Ferretti to try to get some semblance of possession. It's everything that's been missing from the second 45 minutes.
You want Gspurning put this ball back into play in his second MLS season. Rose heading it forward. Intended for Polito, but too close to Gspurning. '88th minute. Started off as a near disaster for the Sounders when they gave up that first goal, but they've come back in this one. Gspurning sends this one long towards Rose. Cut off.
Twice. Seattle have a similarly busy travel schedule on their hands ahead of them. The ball in the hands of Michael Gspurning, who has once again one of the best goals against average in the league of all goalkeepers. He led the league.
Back and forward underneath and play a little bit more of the provider.
Very much the young model.
Just to be a decoy.
Oh, Gspurning with a firm punch away. Keane taking over, looking menacing again, Robbie Keane, but just over hit it, couldn't give it away. Donovan taking over. Keane is in some space again. Robbie Keane. Also, it's Robbie Keane now up against Michael Gspurning to try and give the Galaxy a 3-goal advantage. It's Keane and Gspurning with the save. He was way off his line, and Baldomero Toledo wants it taken again. Would you believe it? Well, it's a call we rarely seen given. He was clearly 2 or 3 yards off his line, Taylor.
Well, we were here, what, 3 weeks ago? Tally Hall, well, I mean, it is the good call, but Tally Hall was off his line by 2 or 3 yards, and they didn't call it.
Provisional players, didn't he? But not the actual World Cup squad itself. I have to give a lot of credit to the travelling Sounders fans who are still making a lot of noise. You're hearing the Galaxy fans right now, but the number of plans may change slightly. Could yet get worse for them. Donovan! Oh, perhaps he was listening, Taylor. He unleashed a fearsome drive.
That's exactly what you want from Landon Donovan coming out of the midfield. One touch to prepare and have a hit. No reason not to.
Armando Carrasco once again in the starting lineup for the injured Osvaldo Alonso, able to clean it up, back for Gspurning. Wide for Lee Young-pyo, who's come up. The right back's cross is straight to Gspurning. Schmidt said that at first he figured Scott was just going to be a good story, someone to make the club. This is a loose pass from him that Gspurning is having to clear up. But he's made it. Then Joseph, stronger than Hurtado, Miller, Herzog, and pushed away in the end by Gspurning. Out for a Whitecaps corner.
That all came about from the tenacity and the will to win from Gershon Kofi in the midfield. He's a young man, but he's got a huge presence about him. And when he finds his way to Herzog, he's just trying to bend this towards the far corner. Gspurning has to go down and push.
Maroon's long ball, Camilo is chasing, but it's harmlessly into Michael Gspurning. Coffee now, early ball, Camilo chasing, Gspurning out of his box, and he's there in time.
Good goalkeeping at both ends.
Outsiders, the Whitecap supporters behind him in the second. Seattle. Camilo curls the ball in, Gspurning, a good confident punch. Open against Gonzalez. Feeds it in, it was behind Rio Coker, and he just lost his footing there. In for Gspurning in the end. Matches since Vancouver and Portland came to MLS for the 2011 season. Was with the U.S. the inter-20. Kobayashi trying to play wide for Rio Coker in a foot race with Jimmy Traore, 2 former English Premier League players there.
In a strange way, when you look at the 2 goalkeepers, Brad Knight has been the busier of the 2. See that finds his.
Seattle still trying to chase. 3 minutes plus stoppage time remaining for them to pull a miracle. Traore pressured and then fouled.
Has confidence in his team. He's urging players forward.
Davidson's cross, Gspurning tracking and has the catch.
Just before this action, John, we saw Siggy Smith animated for the first time, asking the 4th official, 4 minutes. Can you?
Rodney Wallace, and that's clearly offside against Ryan Johnson. Lovely cut back and a change of direction, and Johnson is on his way. Flag has stayed down. Ryan Johnson, but Gspurning coming up huge for Seattle. First big chance of the game, and Johnson couldn't take advantage. Chance for Ryan Johnson.
It's an unbelievable cut right there from Valeri. Better run from Ryan Johnson. But last week we saw from Michael Gspurning against Houston Dynamo reluctant to come off his line. And as you watch that great ball from Valeri, there's total commitment from
Vancouver have traded victories against each other. Timbers the current holders of the Cascadia Cup. Of course, Seattle, Mauro Rosales, Argentine playmaker. No Obafemi Martins either. Just sitting a couple of... Nagby. Valeri with a corner! Off the woodwork! Johnson and Wallace. Jean-Baptiste did pretty well, didn't he, for a centre-back? Hemmed in by the corner flag, but the cross is easily taken by Gspurning. Well, shall we, Joe? Sigh of relief there.
Well, clearances have been not as sharp as Ziggy Schmidt and the Seattle Sounders need. Alazan in the right spot at the right time. What did Lexi Lawless talk about at halftime? Parity?
Yeah.
Philadelphia lost 5-1 in New England.
Nagby! Oh, good save! Spurning has had so little to do in this second half. It comes up huge when needed.
Great play from Darlington Nagby. First with the ball in behind to Valencia, and then this crack from distance. We've seen him score this spectacular goal. Nagby's been good this second half.
Can't recover there. Chauncey Zardes fires, curls, tipped over by Gspurning.
Really like this from Zardes. Not only does he do well to get this ball out in front of him, but he sees he doesn't need to beat this defender, doesn't need to beat Hurtado, and Hurtado is a screen for the goalkeeper. Curls it around the defender. Gspurning gets a little late look at it. Finger.
Zardes now playing it from deep. Gspurning has the catch. Beaten for just the second time in the last 6 matches. Remarkable run of 4 shutouts in 5, and new career high for him in shutouts. The second-year goalkeeper from Austria.
Serena screaming at Juninho to settle down. No need for that. Right outside of the 18 where he does the most damage.
Into the final 5 minutes now. It's a heavy back pass for Gspurning from Moffat. Juninho's ball driven in, Gspurning tracking the whole way. Trying to turn on Gonzalez. Couldn't quite do it. Courtois lifting it in. Gspurning tracking.
You'll have opportunities to counterattack this team, and with this makeshift defense, you'd probably find the odd hole here. Areas, and then that either final pass or shot is really yet to trouble either goalkeeper.
Critical chance makes the difference. Sounders' only goal so far in only day. Here comes Shea Salinas for Wondolowski again, and Gspurning fully tested.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Gspurning saw it a little bit late. It kind of almost went right over his head, and at the end, he just clawed it away. Excellent play from Shea Salinas. Too much space. John Kennedy Hurtado just backing up a little bit and allowing
the game in its entirety tonight at 11 p.m. and with a cup of cocoa at 4 a.m. overnight, both on Root Sport. Throw in by Gargan. Corrales to Shea Salinas. Terrific save from Michael Gspurning. Wonderful reactions from just 6 yards out.
Yeah, it was a little flick. I mean, it starts again. We've been talking all day long about the inability of both teams to clear these balls into the box, and that time it was just floated back. Corrales flips it back into the far post. I wasn't sure who was at the far post that just flipped it, and Michael Gspurning coming up with a big save to keep the score at 1.
And Salinas with that chance will take the corner. 4th of the evening for San Jose. Referee Toledo wants to round Gonzalez. Another great save. Wondolowski into the side netting. Michael Gspurning called on again and up to the task again.
Yeah, Gspurning just doing enough. Salinas comes in on that left foot after a poor pass out of the back from Seattle, giving the opportunity, and He cuts in on the left, doesn't quite hit it the way he would, hits it pretty straight down the middle. Gspurning pushes it out to a relative innocuous position, but who's there but Wondolowski.
Now Selena's cross, looking to pick out Chris Wondolowski. Has to chase this one. The impish figure of Rafael Barker. Seconds plus stoppage time to play at Buckshaw Stadium. This would seal the game. Another fine stop by Michael Gspurning, which gives his side a glimmer of opportunity.
Yeah, Corrales can't believe his luck. He had Gspurning going the wrong way, and the big Austrian sticks his leg out and makes a fantastic save to keep all hope alive for the Sounders here late in the game. Corrales is through. He gets him leaning and just can't put it past the Austrian.
He's got long limbs, making the most of them. San Jose taking all the time they can on this corner. Almost what's becoming a trademark overhead clearance a few moments ago and laying it back there to Michael Gspurning. No little athleticism on show. But he too has had injury problems. Devin Sandoval cooking on the end of this. With a better first touch, he might have finished. It's still forced to save out of Michael Gspurning. Velasquez forces another one by the Austrian, who is being worked hard early on.
Yeah, a couple little saves from Michael Gspurning, but Sandoval laid it out on the Sounders' left-hand channel and decided to check back and to the...
There's a mite of space. He doesn't need a second invitation to shoot. Doesn't score too many, 4 last season, but he makes them count, Beckerman.
Yes, but it was too easy off of that throw-in just to be able to waltz into the middle and get a half chance at a speculative volley from 25. Yeah, you need to make teams work harder than that. And Sounders nearly
a quarter of this game gone. Robbie Finley's goal, the difference. He's since gone off with an injury. Write it out for you when we go there. Sandoval, not offside. Good stop by Gspurning. Gill off the line by Birch. Velasquez fires it over thanks to the big Austrian once more. Seattle being put under real pressure again by a Real Salt Lake side who have their tails up.
It's starting with the combination play on the wings. And Sandoval just unable to make contact, and Gspurning not aware of that, so he comes out strong, gets a touch to it. And on the rebound, I'm not sure.